Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rody and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to episode 168 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian Fishing Podcast. It's great to be here with you guys. Rody, we've got a big guest.
Dizzy, we do. We've got a double guest.
Plural.
Holly and Joe. They are a artistic duo, would we call them, Diz? Artistic fishing duo.
Yeah.
Combining their two loves to create the fish printing kit By Hol and Joe.
Yeah, it's going to be great to have a chat with them later. They've done some wonderful adventures. They've spent a fair bit of time in SA and they absolutely rave about it. They are in WA at the moment, but there's a few whispers that they might be coming back to the great state of SA. But we're going to catch up with them later to hear all about their brand, By Hol and Joe, and they're going to talk us through some of the great kit that you can all find yourselves on their website. I would say it's a wonderful present idea.
Actually, that's a fair call. It is a good present for like the person that has everything.
Yeah, or the person that you like. You might yourself not be into fishing, but you might be into a bit of design or art or something, and you might be like, that's a really great gift.
Yeah, the other thing it could be good for, like you talk about a gift for someone that's not into fishing, it could be a good way of getting like your partner who really isn't into fishing into it.
Yeah.
If they are into art and, you know, you can... If they don't like seafood, you might be able to say, oh, let's go fishing because we can make some art for the wall. Yeah. Gives you another reason.
Yeah, good call.
What do you think of the West End I've just offered you, mate? Your face didn't really tell a great story then.
Yeah, you know that Canadian club ad where the guy grimaces when he drinks beer because he's just over beer? That was my face after the first sip of West End. I'm sure I'll warm into it. Great South Australian beer like West End, but Rody, this is not a beer podcast. So let's get into oranges and lemons. What's your orange?
I broke the drought at Happy Valley. I'd been in a bad run of fishing form. I'd had I reckon last time I went to York, so I got one whiting, then I did a donut off Metro, and then I did no good on Happy Valley on a previous attempt, but I went on, what day was that? Tuesday I went and caught 3 in quick time, Diz.
Hot bite, and they look like decent fish too.
Yeah, they're all pretty good size in there, so it's really good.
You obviously stumbled across a little school of them.
Yes, fishing a secret little spot known as the Inlet, which I think everyone fishes.
Yeah, nice. Sounds good. Well, my lemon was, I was over in Perth for a conference and just happened to be AC Milan versus Inter at Perth Stadium.
Nice. Didn't know you were a soccer fan.
Yep, I'm not. And basically, I had no idea. Don't know a single thing about strategy. I understand offside, I think. So it was great spectacle. Haven't been to Optus Stadium before.
Good stadium. I've never been there either.
Great stadium. Wonderful stadium. Really good. And there was like an Italian festival outside the grounds, just outside the grounds.
Bit of pizza and pasta.
We didn't actually eat there, but it was going off.
Yeah.
There were Italians everywhere.
Peroni Reds
everywhere. The AC Milan were actually staying at the same hotel as we were.
Jeez, you're earning too much money, aren't you?
There were so many people there.
Yeah, wow.
They were ushering people out because they were just coming to the hotel to try and see them leaving their room to go into the bus.
Yeah.
So it was hectic. But yeah, good fun. Had by all. What's your lemon?
Dizzy, this was a bit of crook fishing bait that I heard recently. I don't know if any of our listeners, I might even try and get on the rewind and record this little clip for you all, but Alone, it's a program on SBS. It's where they basically get dropped off. This series is in, I think it's northern Finland or something, in the Arctic Circle. They drop off 10 people 10 kilometres apart or whatever, all around this big lake, and it's basically last one standing wins, I think it's 250 grand. So it's not survive where you have to do challenges. You just have to live. and you get however many, apparatuses, and some of them take fishing hooks or make gill nets or whatever. Anyway, one bloke is sitting there and he's like, I need to catch some fish. I'm starving to death. What can I use as bait? And he looks at his foot and he says, I can cut a callus off my foot and use that as bait. So he starts hacking at his heel with a not particularly clean looking knife, gets a little bit, and then he says, I think I need to go deeper. So he's cutting off heel skin to use as fishing bait, and it was crook.
Wow.
So has anyone heard of anything worse used as bait?
I'm going to find it hard to believe.
I'm going to put that on Facebook and Instagram and see.
Yeah, fair shout. Did he catch a fish?
I don't think he did. No surprises.
Right, unbelievable. My lemon is I'm heading over to the Eyre Peninsula for a bit of a work trip for a couple of days, and geez, I tried to pull out some stops to get the boat towed over there to just be able to wrangle a day or two to be able to do some fishing, but it's just not going to happen, mate. So my lemon is being over in, the absolute mecca of fishing, over in Port Lincoln and surrounds, and not being able to get out wide.
Yeah, I'd call that poor planning on your behalf.
Yeah. Anyway, next time. There'll always be a next time. So that's a good little oranges and lemons segment for you listeners out there. Rhodey, social media, I must say the photo of the social media post about Fish ID.
Yeah, that went off, didn't it?
Clearly a Tommy, but it was going off.
Well, yes, it was going off. And there was a bit of conjecture originally at the Road Marina about whether that was a Tommy or a salmon. And I think given there were some bigger salmon caught just nearby, there was probably a combination of both getting caught. But some people were saying Tommy, some were saying salmon. It was hotly debated. So that's why I put it up.
Yeah, no, it's really got the listeners engaged, mate. And some handy comments from the punters and the listeners out there. So thanks for that. What else have we got on the socials, big guy?
Dizzy, we've had lots of entries into our competition. Lots of funny stories sent through, and we have a winner to announce tonight.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yes, it is. So I'm gonna read this one. It's not a voice memo, which is slightly disappointing, but this was the funniest story, hands down. There were some good ones, but I think this one took the cake.
All right, let us have it.
All right, the winner is off Facebook, Paul Seyfang. Here is his story. 50 years ago, my father took his brother-in-law and his friend snapper fishing one night. My uncle hooked a 30-pound snapper on his cord hand line, and in the exciting fight, accidentally spat his top false teeth overboard. The snapper was landed. My dad and the friend also both hooked a big fish each, which they landed. On the way back in, they stopped to scale and gut the big fish. The friend gutting his snapper pulled out his false teeth and put them in the guts. He told my uncle, look, it's your teeth. Stunned but excited, my uncle grabbed them, rinsed them in the salt water and put them in his mouth. He frowned, took them out and said, they don't fit, they're not mine, and threw them over the side. Dad came home with 3 snapper and 2 gummies. That's a good story.
That is a good story.
I don't know, do you believe it? Are we sure it's real?
Well, you got to, haven't you?
Funny though.
Yeah.
You're allowed to put a bit of mayo on these things.
Yeah, you are. Of course you are.
So congratulations to Paul Seyfang. Get in contact and we will get that Shimano tackle bag out to you, mate.
Good stuff. Love it. Well done. All right, Rhodey. I think that just about wraps up the first part. Let's get stuck into the news.
Rhodey and Diz have been searching far and wide to bring you the latest news across all fishing in the state, and will give you the rundown on what you need to know.
Righto, Rhodey, give us a bit of an update coming out of Ardrossan. We've covered this one in the past. It's on Jetty Watch.
Jetty Watch, we love Jetty Watch. And actually, I was down in Robe last week and I did take a photo. That jetty is still in disrepair, 12 months on from those storms.
Kingston?
Robe as well. I assume Kingston is too.
Yeah,
we did put a photo up. But better news, Dizzy, and the Ardrossan jetty is opened. Or it was due to open on the 7th of August. So I'm assuming that's up and running, Diz, which is good to hear.
Happy days.
I actually just went back because I remember we took a photo and it felt like a long time ago saying it looked like it was ready, and that was on February 24th that we said it looks ready to go. So it's taken a while to get the last little bit done.
That has taken a while.
It's been closed since September 1st, 2025, Dizzy.
That's interesting. I'm sure there'll be a lot of locals happy to get down there, Rhodey, and get amongst it again. For those who are land-based, it's a great jetty. I'd say it's very well known for squid. Of course, you can't catch squid at the moment, but there's also people don't do too badly on mullies off the Ardrossan jetty.
Kingfish too?
Kingies, yeah.
Is that true?
Little school kingies come through every now and again, I'm sure. So, no, that's good. That's good. Excellent, Roddy. Well, what else is breaking news?
Dizzy, this was one of those stories that I was very happy to hear, not just because it's good for fishing and diving in South Australia, but this was, remember I started telling this story about a boat getting sunk in our news maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago. I started saying, there's been this news that this boat's getting sunk off Metro Adelaide. And then as I was talking, I was opening up the link and it took me to a dead end. And I started to question my sanity. Did I make this story up? What happened? What happened was, I think it might have got leaked. Wasn't actually supposed to be making the news back then, but it's now official that they are sinking a boat called the MV Andrew Wilson. It's a 40-metre grab hopper dredger, and it's getting sunk. It's the first vessel to be intentionally scuttled in the state in more than 20 years, Diz.
Amazing. Yeah, it was really it was interesting just watching you squirm while you had a really great news story in the run sheet that we've got, and then you clicked on it and there was no link to be found. So I'm sure that gave you a lot of satisfaction seeing that was actually legit.
It did, Dizzy, and it's been donated by Maritime Constructions. It'll be sunk approximately 6 kilometres off the coast of Brighton in the Gulf of St Vincent later in the year, creating new marine habitats while offering an exciting new destination for recreational divers and also for fishing, Dizzy. It's got a... They were talking about... it was on the news. They have to remove any hazardous materials, take out any sort of parts that are unsafe, and create access points through the hull to allow for safe exploration by scuba divers. So I might even try and dive on that one day, Dizzy. I think that will be quite nice.
Yeah, cool.
So they tow it out and then they open valves to let water fill the hull.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't say it here, but I feel like it was in like 16 or 18 metres of water it was going to be put.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the article too. Nice. What else have we got, Rhodey?
Dizzy, there are some closures that have just kicked in.
Yes.
So Black Brim in the Coorong and the lakes down there, Dizzy, fishing closed on August 1st.
Yep.
And same date, August 1st, was the Murray Cod closure.
Yeah.
So just a few things to keep in mind if you're going fishing. Don't go for Murray Cod or Brim.
Not Murray Cod in the River Murray itself.
Correct.
Happy Valley Reservoir.
Okay. Yeah,
Play
that's
on.
yeah. The South Australian section of the River Murray proper, as well as Lakes Albert and Alexandrina, is what it says here on the Pursa website, Diz.
Nice one. All right. This is possibly more appropriate in the fishing report section, but did you see that post of Alex Carey and Weatherald?
Yes.
Getting the barra?
Barra. And a Queenie too, I think.
Serious looking trip.
Yeah. Not a bad life, being a test cricketer, really.
Oh, you tried it yourself, have you?
Watching from afar.
Alrighty. Sends the wobblers down.
Bit of a net session in the morning, go out, catch a barra in the RV.
I tell you what, it looks like bloody good fun doing trips like that with your mates. Brilliant stuff. All right, ready? Nice little news segment. There was something for everyone there.
Really was a mixed bag, Diz. Mixed bag.
Yeah, it was. All right, let's get into tackle item of the week.
Now it's time for Rhodey and Diz to really show you what it means to have all the gear with a lot of idea as they review a tackle item of the week.
All right, Dizzy, as I said, got down to Happy Valley yesterday. 3 cod in the bag. Last time I went, I used worms as bait.
Fresh out of the garden?
Fresh out of the garden. Really good earthworms.
You probably can't get much better than that.
Nah, but I reckon when you do go like proper freshwater fishing and you go up in the Riverland or whatever, you get those, are they night crawlers? Is that what they're called?
They're like big fat
Yeah.
worms.
They're much bigger than your average garden worms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even, I remember when we were kids, I don't know whether you see it as much, but when we used to fish around Echuca and stuff on like family camping trips, getting barty grubs.
Oh, yeah.
They're like witchetty grub type things. They were the go-to bait. Okay. But anyway, I digressed. What did I use this time? A lot of people asking, what was the magic bait?
Help me out here, mate.
Cole's shredded chicken.
Wow.
From the deli.
Jeez.
It was actually barbecue seasoned too because the plain one was out.
I don't recall seeing like just a plain shredded chicken.
No, it was good bait. The only issue was it did come off the hook a bit because it is shredded quite fine.
Shredded chicken by its very nature should not stay on the hook.
Yeah, so I was getting the bigger chunks of shredded chicken. But I think I just got it on the way. I wasn't prepared. If I had all my ducks lined up, I reckon like a chicken tenderloin, cut up into little like nuggets, would be perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe even like overcook it, like just really get it dry.
Cook the chicken tenderloin.
Yeah, it's got to be cooked.
What, you don't just lug out a bit of raw chicken?
Nah, God love cooked chicken, mate.
Yeah, right. Wow.
The deli chicken's cooked.
Yeah, okay. Look, no judgment here.
But anyway, it sounds like chicken's the go because I put up a post and I said, what's everyone think I've used for bait? Plenty of others said chicken too.
Wow, there you go. I saw somebody post up there saying block cheese.
Yeah, I think that's bad for the fish.
Oh, cheese is no good for them?
I believe that might be not very good for them.
Okay.
But apparently it does work.
There you go.
I think it's discouraged more than not allowed.
Yeah, okay. Chicken, okay, relatively easily digested. Block cheese, probably not so much.
I feel like Dan Way, the fishing guru, might know more on this.
Dan will know this.
So I think he might hit us up with a voicemail.
Dan will definitely know this.
I feel like he's spoken to us about this before.
I think he's probably told us. He's probably thinking, listen,
you idiots, I've told you.
I've told you this like several times. Good. Nice little tackle item. It's interesting because I probably would have put that in the bait item of the week category. Not so much the tackle item of the week category. But
you've never gone off track on this podcast? Do you remember Snake Watch? Do you remember when you started reporting on snake sightings?
Yeah, that did get a little bit weird there when I started talking about where you can find a snake on the scene. But that was good. That was good. I think for anybody, like, clearly we've talked about Happy Valley a lot. It's a great place. It's a great place to visit whether you're fishing or not, actually.
I've done a lot of running around there. Nice spot to run. Ride your bike.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful spot. But now we're covering it off on all angles. You know where to get. And if for whatever reason they run out of chicken, or you might have a little bit of leftover barbecue season cold shredded chicken from the week, don't hesitate to use that down on the Murray cod.
All right, Dizzy, let's get into our guest. It is the team behind By Hol and Joe, the fish painting kit. Holly and Joe, let's get them on the line.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Dizzy, we are joined today by Holly and Joe, the couple behind the brand By Hol and Joe, all your fish printing kits that you could ever imagine. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for having us.
It's awesome to be with you guys. You're over in the West, and we've briefly heard about some of the travels you've done of late, which we are super keen to hear about. And of course, everything about your brand By Hol and Joe. We love what you get up to on socials and everything that you've been doing. We can't wait to hear about that. Before we do, we're going to ask the 5 questions we ask all of our guests. So feel free to take it in turns or share any stories you like along the way. But to start with, tell us about your best fish.
Oh, I mean, we, as you briefly mentioned, have fished our way quite literally around the country. But my very first one for me, immediate, goes to a mackie that I caught off the Ningaloo coast in a 3.4 metre tinny. And it was just shy of 1.5 metres. And we caught it literally not even moving. The lure was just floating out the back. And then next minute we were on. And it was the fight of my actual life.
Yeah, it went almost 30 kilos, we reckon.
Oh, wow.
There not a full scale measurement, but yeah, it, like, if you lifted it, it felt like a bag and a half of concrete.
Well, that's actually interesting because we fished in the Port Lincoln Tuna Classic. When was that? Dizzy March, was it?
Yeah, March.
And the winning fish in that won over $100,000 was same thing, caught on a lure that wasn't moving. So it might be what we're doing wrong, Diz.
Oh, look, we were in the situation. The fishing was a bit slow when we first got there because the water temps were still a little bit high, and we think that the fish were just biting that little bit lazy. And it definitely liked the look of the skirt just sitting out the back of the boat.
All right, well that's our next time we go fishing, Diz, we're not moving those lures.
And I think yours would definitely have to be actually, unfortunately, still in WA.
Yeah, so we travelled up to just before Derby to like Telegraph Pools area, and I just happened to, we pulled up to this pretty remote camp that we bush bashed through for probably like an hour and a half to get there. So it's fairly off the beaten track. And we were just setting up camp, and I was like, I'm just going to put a dead bait in, just like, on the side of the creek, just while we're setting up in case there's a hungry fish there. And I'd managed to pull my first ever barra within 5 minutes of putting a line in the creek.
Not to mention that obviously for Western Australian fishing, 800 is our
Yeah,
that's
800
our big
bill.
one.
Yeah.
And we went a proper 78.
Yeah. Yeah. So my first ever barra was just perfectly under that 80 centimeter mark, and
bang on.
which was perfect because we actually wanted to print the fish as well. So it was amazing.
Very good. Now, guys, tell us your favorite thing about fishing.
100% for me, it's the shared hobby. And now, as years on for my journey of fishing, it's our whole lifestyle. And I think, as cliche as it is, it's time together, but also time in Mother Nature's best, which is the ocean for me.
Yeah. I think my main thing is I honestly just love the sustainability of fishing, and we do a lot of spear fishing as well. So we like to be selective and give ourselves a bit of a challenge, and even try and just hunt like specific species. And that's probably my main thing, I think.
Yeah, awesome. Now, what about some of your first fishing memories, or how did you get into it?
Look, I started when I was quite young. My grandfather used to take me fishing beside the creek down in the Hunter Valley in New South Wales.
And for me, it is honestly the most classic case of, and we tell this to everyone, a fisherman met a illustrator graphic designer, and I didn't really know what I was in for almost 10 years ago now, but I didn't expect that I'd be like a full-fledged fisherwoman now.
And here we are. You're on a fishing podcast. Who would have known?
Yeah. I often wonder what Hol would think 10 years ago.
Selling fishing products, basically, too.
Very good. Now, guys, tell us your favourite sort of fishing and why.
For me, I think there's a time and a place for everything. So I think it's that's almost a hard one. But if I was to just flat out say, I do love a good bottom bash, especially where we're based. It is nothing better than a proper load up, and you've got the fight of the sharks and also obviously the fight of the species, and we've got some pretty exciting ones up the northwest. So I think the excitement of pulling something out of the deep blue is going to be my favourite for sure.
Yeah, and I think mine would probably just be lure fishing in general. I think over the years I've really enjoyed just targeting specific species, and especially kind of using different lures and sizes, shapes, and whatever else, and just trying to I guess, put a good challenge to fishing in general, really.
Yeah, awesome. And finally, in all of your travels and your fishing adventures, you must have a funny fishing story or one that got away.
I feel like it's only now that we can genuinely talk about this one that got away, because it might have involved somebody telling me to let it take one more run. And that's how we lost our mahi-mahi. We have basically dedicated 3 months of our lives down on the Ningaloo one year to just getting a mahi. And we got marlin, sailfish, wahoo, mackerel, tuna. We could not get a mahi on this line. And the one day we got the mahi, we were in our tiny tinny at the time. He was a big boy. And maybe Joe said, just let it take one more run so we can get more prepared. And that last run and jump, we said goodbye. And I don't think I've let it go.
There was a big bull mahi, and it just took a run and a jump, and it said goodbye to that Halco lure straight out the corner of its mouth.
Oh, well, that's some pretty good bycatch you got, though.
Yeah.
Most people would be happy with that.
It's, to be honest, probably like world-class bycatch. Some of the catching.
I also think the only situation there that was really hurting was like people were coming in being like, all we're catching is mahi. And I'm thinking, please.
Very good. Nah, all good. Holly and Joe, thank you for answering those 5 questions.
Thank you.
Now, let's get into the product. So the brand is called By Hol and Joe. They're DIY fish printing kits. Can you tell us about the whole concept, the brand, and how it all came about?
So as I just touched on before, when I met Joe, I was a graphic designer, more heavily in illustration as the years have gone on. And I think it was the art form that struck me. And obviously I met a man that was fishing. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll give this a crack. And then obviously we didn't know it at the time, but we were going to travel, and we've spent many, many years on the road, which led us to printing, and a lot of the time offering that to other people. Nowadays, we want the brand to be something that you're not just printing PBs, you're celebrating all the catches, big or small, the stories behind them. But I guess we were printing a lot of people's PBs, and as the name is By Hol and Joe, everyone would say, who did that? And they'd be like, it's By Hol and Joe. So I feel like in the 5 years that we actually spent traveling Australia, if anyone's got a print, it was an obvious name choice for them. And then I guess when 18 months ago now, a lot of people started asking us, but like, how do you do it? The ink's not working, or the fabric's not working that we're using, or where do you get this stuff from? And the kits were born, really. That was like as simple as that. It looks as simple as that, but I think it's been a kit for 18 months, for sale to everyone, but there was probably about the same amount of time, if not a little bit longer, in the research lead up to actually being able to piece it together.
Yeah, just working out like what fabrics work the best for us, and obviously tying in with the ink that we're using, and making sure all those products were just as user-friendly as possible for people to give it a go.
Very good. Well, can you tell us about the whole concept? So is it based on the Japanese, what they do?
Yeah, so like traditionally, obviously the Japanese art form of recording, sizes of fish, and their definition, and I guess what they look like by printing them. But we the years go by, and it's such an art form now, and I guess it's been adapted into something you can create such a beautiful piece with.
I think it's also the Japanese do a lot of amazing things, and from products to their fishing to everything in between, as I think we can all recognise. And Gaitaku is something that was such an ancient method of, recording for them. it's something that, no, we're not offering maybe the most traditional version of that, because we're trying to promote having a go. We're using fabric instead of rice paper, and we're using different inks that are just water soluble and a bit safer around kids and, achieving just a have a go attitude. But at the crux of it, it still is that ancient tradition.
So we'll call it your own spin on it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
we one of the biggest things is we really want people to also have a go in any environment. Like, we don't want someone to have to sit in a studio at home or something and do this art form. We really wanted them to put it on the boat, take our kit on the boat, put it in the car, take it fishing with you and print the fish where you catch it. And enjoy the moment of actually of printing the fish, whether it is that PB or if it is just, such a fun story that you've done with a mate or a family member, like a loved one.
Very good. We love that. Get on the sand, get a bit of sand in your artwork, Diz, and just give it a crack right there on the beach.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And as this was something that we developed on the road, so we were definitely heavy on the can take it anywhere with you. And I think what the kit now allows, as it's become much more refined in the kit that it is today, it's allowed people to take it as far as they want to take it, really. Me being an illustrator, obviously add in a lot of detail after the end, which is great and all of the rest, but you don't have to. You can take it as far as you want to go.
And what's in the kit and how do you use it?
So in the kit essentially comes everything that you need to do this multiple times. So you get a couple of bits of a calico cotton blend fabric. So you actually we've sized it, and this has taken quite a while, at 2 pieces, 1200 by 600. It means that if you're onto your pelagics, you've got the length, but also if you're, I'm thinking of
like a snapper species.
Yeah, you've got, you can get up to 6 kind of prints, I guess. Squid are very popular to print as well. So again, you can cut it up how you need. You also get your ink in there, which again, we've made sure that it's talking to the fabric, which I think can be quickly overlooked. And then you get your bowl, your cloth to dab it all down, all your brushes, and most importantly, a lovely pen to sign off the artwork.
Yeah, that's epic. And then it is one of those things you love seeing those sorts of things and other bits and pieces up in people's places where there is a story behind some of those things, because you just get to relive the memory over and over and get other people into it. So it's a great way to share that passion for, outdoors fishing in this case, obviously, and great adventures that come along with it.
Yeah.
It's a good talking point, I think. And we meet people all the time, especially up here, that have our kits and we're bumping into them. It's like they've got their artworks in their house on the wall, and they have people come over, and it is such a talking point for them, and it gets people excited, I think, to go and do a bit of a mission themselves.
And I think as well, something that's really come to our attention is how I guess what would be referred to as our target market, but our market and who we're selling these kits to, I think the coolest part is there's no one specifically. You can be 7 or 87 or anywhere in between. You can be really into fishing. You might have a friend that's into fishing and you want to actually use the catch to have a go. There's just such a broad range of people that are shopping these kits, which was always the intention. And again, I don't think you have to be a diehard fisherman to actually appreciate the art form.
Yeah, it really lets even the partners of the diehard fishermen get involved in it, and the kids.
Yeah, very good. Now, guys, this might be a stupid question. What's the ink made out of, and can I eat the fish once I've done the fish print?
So very, very important to us that the ink was able to be edible essentially,
cool.
And not have any allergens. That's a huge thing with ink as well. So the ink that we're using is most importantly water safe, and it's water soluble. And it comes straight off your fish. Once you have printed your fish, off it comes. And in every kit, you actually get a full breakdown of all of these things as well, which is really important to us because we never wanted to put something on the market that harmed any human beings, but also not the edibility of the fish. A huge part of our branding that's plastered over a lot of it is fish, print, eat, repeat. And we touch straight back on that sustainability of we want you to fish, we want you to print it, and most importantly, we want you to eat it, which feels like the final celebration of the whole process.
Very good. We love that because Dizzy doesn't catch many fish, so he needs to sort of double up and get the fish print and the dinner for his family as well.
You don't want to go hungry.
No, you don't.
Now, while I'm at it, Dizzy's also not very good at art. Do you think he'll be able to do it? Like, is it hard?
I don't honestly. I wouldn't call myself an artist truly. But it's surprisingly doable for someone that has never done it before. And I also think that's a big part of why we've gone, I guess, a little bit less traditional with the fabric. And even like our brush choice and stuff, it's very user friendly.
And I think as well, we even just very recently, like just the weekend gone, hosted some workshops and we've had over 90 people print and almost half of them weren't expecting a real fish. So I won't even say that they'd ever printed or come close to what they were doing in their life. Yet every print was unreal. And I think that's the coolest part is it's very forgiving, but I almost feel like I'm referencing a recent time with our niece. Her first catch obviously was a printable catch and her hands prints are everywhere. It's, not the cleanest piece of fabric, but it almost tells more of the story.
Yeah, very good. Now, I'm just having a look on your social media here, guys. Plenty of fish, but there's also some cool things like crabs, crayfish, squid. What are some of the coolest things you've seen it done with?
I would say 100%. The mud crab claw is so overlooked and the blue swimmer crab. Yes, maybe like a little bit more detail added in is always nice, but two things that we personally love to print, but very, let's say, on brand for South Australia is the squid. Forever the most phenomenal print, and those tentacles allow you to do some wild things with them as well.
Very good. We love the idea, and it's something, Dizzy, we might have to update the pool room and get a fish print up here.
Yeah, I'm actually just sort of looking around at some of your really ordinary artwork, I might just say, and could definitely do with some upgrades here, mate. So I think we'll have to hit it up. It looks epic, guys, and you've also got some other stuff on your website, haven't you? Survival, first aid, and a few other bits and pieces because we had them on, didn't we, Rody?
We did.
We don't have the episode number here, but they're a great story too. So you've done some work with some other brands, is that right?
Yeah, so another part of kind of what we have done is a lot of UGC working with brands that align with us on the road as well. And Survival First Aid,
we've carried them around for
if you operate
so many years
in your life without them, you're wild. They're on the boat, they're in both cars, they're everywhere for us. And yeah, it was a pleasure to work with them.
And you've got the cool merch, the T-shirts and the caps as well?
Yeah, so I guess maybe very exclusive information for you guys is that's definitely, there's a lot growing in the background for By Hol and Joe. Let's say merch for casual streetwear, but also maybe some stuff to wear on boats eventually and or fishing as such. As well as there's a few different kits coming, especially in the Northwest. We do love a red emperor, and red printed with red ink has been highly requested. So I guess watch this space.
That could be good for the Nana guy down south too.
Oh, very good. We love that.
Yes.
No, very good, guys. We are very keen to see what comes in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is, I think we never saw I mean, we hoped, but we never saw the last 18 months going how it has. And it's honestly so exciting and is definitely something. There's a lot going on classically behind the scenes in making sure that we're bringing new things, but also we're bringing things to fruition that have thought and deep thoughts about sustainability match with that as well.
All right. Now, before we leave you guys, where can the listeners find you?
So on Instagram at By Hol and Joe, and also online, which is just holandjoe.com. And you'll be able to shop our kits there and our merch hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome, guys. Love what you're doing. It was great to have a chat with you. Really can't wait to see what's in the pipeline for you guys, and certainly wishing you all the best. Very jealous of the fishing that you guys get to do up there, over there in the West, I should say. And thanks again for joining us on the podcast. Great to chat to you both.
It's honestly been a privilege. Thank you so much.
Lovely to chat. Thanks, guys.
Dizzy, that is a great product and a good chat, Diz.
Yeah, absolutely. Seriously passionate people, great products. Can't wait to get our hands on one, to be honest, Rody.
It's just a really good idea, and I like that you can use your fish for something else.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a memory. It's not just a couple of dinners and it's gone. It's something you can have forever.
Yeah, good call. We've had a few people from WA that are doing some artistic stuff. What was that other person that we had? Southwest Skeletal?
Yes,
Southwest
those skeletons. Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah. So there's obviously some very creative people over in the West.
Yes, very artistic.
Very good. All right, Rody, let's get into our fishing report.
Rody and Diz have been out on the water to bring you the news about where they're biting. Now it's time for the fishing report.
Rightio, give us a bit of an update on the salmon comp out of Elliston and surrounds.
Dizzy, the July monthly heaviest fish winner goes to Brian Baker, who takes out the prize with a 5.041 kilo Australian salmon caught at Loch's Well. And you might just say, look, that's, good on you, Brian, but I don't care. But Brian has won. He's claimed this month's title after winning the overall Australian Salmon Fishing Championship for the past 2 years in a row. So it's not a flash in the pan. Brian is a gun.
Yeah, that is basically like, I'm here to stay. I'm going to win it year on year. Just try and beat me.
And I think he's leading again by the looks.
Yep, Brian's gone bang. Thanks very much.
So it runs until the 31st of August. So there's still a bit of time left to beat Brian. But
maybe I should get over there while I'm.
Oh, you should. I look. Anyone could win, but I just don't think you can beat Brian.
No, I think that's so fair. That's so fair. But geez, that's a good fish. 5 kilos, over 5 kilos.
Yeah, and it like surely catching a salmon. Like anyone's a chance.
Yeah,
right spot, right time. Like it's not a magic fix, but he's doing something right.
Clearly. He's obviously knows where the big ones are, and he must be spending a bit of time on the water. So I'm impressed. Good on you, Brian. Very good job. We love covering that salmon comp, Brody, don't we?
We do. It's a good winter one. I like it.
Tell us how the Road Marina is fishing.
Dizzy, it's fishing okay.
Yeah?
I caught 4 tommies.
Yeah. Any foul hooked or all fair?
Yeah, no, at least 2 are foul hooked. They were, look, if I was serious and I had got little hooks and some bait, I probably could have cleaned up.
You would have bagged out.
But I was just using some little slugs and some little soft plastics, looking for some bigger salmon, but wasn't to be.
Yeah.
Did see a couple of salmon get caught, Diz. Not big, like, 35 centimetres maybe. One guy I was talking to, he did say, it's not fishing that well today. He said, I've caught 400 salmon here this week.
Oh.
He was staying at the caravan park. He reckons the 2 days before I was there, he caught 100 each day. And he said a lot were little.
Yeah.
But he said I caught enough to feed the whole caravan park twice. So I was like, well, hell.
Is that legal?
I don't know how many he took.
Yeah. I mean, it's an impressive amount to catch.
It could just be like, if you chip away and you take...
Oh, as in he's just saying, like, I could have fed the whole
Well, I
caravan
think he
twice.
legitimately caught a heap of salmon and took them around and offered them to, like, when you're camping, you offer
You're the
your
talk
ma-
of the town.
Yeah. So he
You're
wanted
the
to
talk
walk
of the park.
He wanted to walk back in there and say, "Look at me, I've caught all these fish. Who wants one?"
I could, yeah, that's impressive. That is seriously good. Good fishing.
So I did have a bit of a go at some brim in a couple of those lakes at the back of Robe. No good though, Diz.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't really a fishing trip as such. It was sort of a, you got half an hour while the kids are asleep, duck out and have a quick go.
Yeah, okay.
No good on the brim. Went back, did a little bit of parenting for an hour or so, and then went back to the marina and caught a couple of little Tommies.
You missed the hot bite by the sounds though. Day late. A couple of days late.
I did.
Unbelievable. All right, Rody, and then you've sort of told us a little bit about the Happy Valley cod and the fish that you got, but tell us a bit more. So where'd you go?
Just near the inlet there, Dizzy, just where the water flows into the reservoir.
Yeah.
Just on the close side to the car park. I think I've certainly seen multiple people fishing there, so I think that is a bit of a honey hole where people do fish quite a bit.
Did you fish the high tide or the low tide?
It's a reservoir. How do you want me to answer that? I don't think it's a tidal reservoir.
Was the wind blowing or was it?
It was actually bloody windy. I don't know whether maybe that brought him on the chew.
Yeah, the wind.
Maybe.
High water flow, you reckon?
Yeah, not sure.
We've had a bit of rain recently.
Yeah, I think it's quite well regulated.
Yeah, fair enough too. And yeah, I can't believe it. The cold shredded chicken. That's unbelievable. Have you got one there on bait, on a lure?
I did originally, got a couple, but not for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
I think they're getting wise, those cod. I don't think too many people are getting them on lures, whereas I think at the start plenty of people were.
Yeah. How many people, did you see any people out there on the kayaks?
Nah, too windy, mate. You would have got blown away the day I was there.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Bloody windy. Anyway, what else is biting, Diz? Your old man been out fishing or anything?
No, he's in Bali at the moment.
No one's been coming in the shop? You haven't got anything else for us?
No, I haven't. Honestly, I have not.
Probably the weather hasn't been great. Is that fair?
I think the weather hasn't been great, and it is just that time of year. We're a little bit like we're in the depths of it now, aren't we?
I feel like we're at the end of it, and I feel like the weather's about to turn. I feel like my lawn's about to start growing.
Yeah, I still think you got to.
Feel like the kingfish will be here very shortly.
Yeah.
In Spencer Gulf, and I feel like, what are we now? We're August. Would it be too soon to say the tuna will be here soon?
Oh gosh, huge call.
Normally we get to October, November, and we start saying, they'll be here soon.
Yeah, get the lures out.
Yeah, get your gear ready.
Put some new singles on. Yeah, we're classics for that.
What do we think? Do we think the winter whiting have been slow this year overall? I know people have had their success and all that, but
maybe people are doing really well in the Spencer Gulf.
Yeah, could be true. You do hear like Port Hughes, that sort of spot's been going well, but I wouldn't say it's been a hot bite on this side of Yorks or Metro. Is that fair?
I think that's fair.
And certainly the barrels haven't sort of fired up again, have they? But you never know. They have come back on in August, September in previous years, certainly in Port MacDonnell, and who knows what happens with those ones south of KI.
Yeah, good call, Brady. Like it, mate. Okay, well, that's a great podcast, that one.
It was, Dizzy. We were happy to chat with By Hol and Joe, and, plenty of news, plenty of fishing reports. I've had some success on the fishing front this week, so I'm up and about.
You feel good? You got the monkey off your back?
I do. And is that West End grown on you, or?
Yeah, I'd say so.
It might have been sitting in the fridge for a while. That could be part of the issue
I think
too.
It's a bit foxy, this one.
That's one of my it's not a New Year's resolution. That's my mid-year resolution.
Have everyone around and try and clear your fridge out.
Just drink the odd beer. Like I always buy my beers and just drink them. Yeah. But people come around and leave 2 of these, 1 of these. I'm just going to drink the odds and sods.
Yeah, nice. Sounds good.
Just get rid of them. Drink them.
Get rid of the odds and sods.
Save you a bit of money. Drink your mates' beers.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Love it. All right, well, the listeners know where to find us. The listeners also apparently don't know that we like memos because not many people send them in. So memos, and more memos.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.